Yes. Okay. Get in. Who are you?
What's up, guys? Welcome to another video, and welcome to yet another Minecraft ARG reaction video. I swear after this one, I'm gonna make a compilation out of them. Like in one big ass compilation. This one, this one is called People on the Server Have Been Going Missing. Now, I don't know if that's gonna mean missing as in Minecraft missing, or real life missing. Let's hope it's not the second one. Being missing in Minecraft is okay. Missing in real life, that's a whole different story. But yeah, that's the information we have. Like with these titles, you can be only guessing, and we can only find out when we jump into the video. And before we do that, consider subscribing to my channel, like the video if you enjoy it, and comment down your opinion, and let's jump right in.
If you saw this playlist, what would you think of it?
Just a normal
Maybe
SMP.
just an unsuccessful attempt at a survival multiplayer server? Well,
Yeah.
the story told by this YouTube playlist is one of a server that was attacked by an unknown person or entity that caused the disappearance of every single member.
Damn.
We'll start at the beginning. We see one member named Copper X Mason, who
Okay.
appears to be the owner of the SMP, introducing the server while waiting for other people
So,
to join.
just started.
Yes, I use a voice changer. My parents are worried about the internet. I've always wanted to start a server.
Yeah, the classic paranoid parents being paranoid about the internet, because they think every time you log into internet, you just dox yourself willingly. You know, you just put every information out there.
And he had the idea to make this one more interesting. So I invited a bunch of people off Discord to come be a part of it.
This is the Astral SMP. So the feature
Astral,
Mason
okay.
is talking about is the fact that players play in the same world but can't actually see each other, only the changes that each of them make to the world.
Oh, okay.
Which unfortunately made the server and the members incredibly vulnerable as to what was to come. Anyway, he goes AFK while he waits for people to join, and then he's suddenly jump scared when the blocks around him start to break, putting him in a hole. But this is just revealed to be another member of the server going by the name of Barry. Barry seems to be good friends with Mason.
I'm gonna try to remember the
for a
names.
while, and then Barry says, "Did you end up letting that one guy on?"
Oh, yeah, he's talking about Winter. Yeah, it's a guy, I don't really know him that well, but I saw him, yeah, he's like a mutual friend off Discord or something, so I let him on.
Winter is
Why?
a huge red flag in my book. I mean,
Yeah, why would he be a red flag? Is I don't know him well, and he literally asked, "Did you invite that guy on?" When someone has to be described as that guy, it's not really a good thing.
literally, he's a person who you don't know well being invited to a server where you cannot see or keep tabs on anyone. And I was sort of right, because you'll see.
And there was, wait, what did he say?
Winter, you cannot see or keep tabs on anyone. And
Winter is the first season?
I was sort of right.
Is that what
You'll
it
see
said?
later in this episode, Winter is a part of some weird stuff that goes down, but let's get some context first. Winter eventually hops on, and after one awkward conversation later, the server starts. Mason immediately goes mining because he says he's trying to be the first to defeat the Ender Dragon.
Bro, slow down. This, like, I don't understand players who, like, start playing and be like, okay, let's go defeat Ender Dragon. Like, bruh, take it slow. Build a house. You know, do the Minecraft stuff, you know, the actual Minecraft stuff. Don't speedrun it. Build stuff, you know, have fun. Stop speedrunning it.
Biggest cave I think I've ever seen.
After a shoddy attempt at a speedrun, he gets to Nether and gets back, and takes a pause to introduce us to an important mechanic of this server.
Here, actually, since it's becoming nighttime, I can really quickly show off a feature where when you get in a bed, it puts you in this other mode.
Oh!
Your items,
So
but you can see people.
This aspect of the server is very
that's the only way you can see people when you go to sleep. Oh. Okay. What's it called, that mode? So it's not adventure, it's not creative, it's... I forgot the fucking word. Oh my god, it's the tip of my tongue. Spectator mode, okay. I had to connect some brain cells. Yeah, see, so you go to sleep, you enter the spectator mode that way, and that's the only way you can actually see the players. That's gonna be a crucial element, isn't it?
Very important, because otherwise there is no concrete way to know if anyone you're talking to is actually who they say they're talking to. Eventually, Mason makes it to the End Fortress and comes to find out that the portal has already been lit. He enters the portal and sees that someone is still...
How? Wait, I think like that. Oh my god. Okay. Fuck. Is it like possible, like 1 in like bazillion chance to like found already like completed Ender Portal? Or like that you only need 1 more Ender Pearl? Not Ender Pearl, Eye of Ender? Or like, no, I think it's like completed one. It's like super mega rare chance to like found already completed one. That is a thing, right? I do remember like seeing that or like hearing about it.
Fighting the dragon. He runs over to them and asks who it is, and we come to find out that it is Winter. The rest of the fight is normal.
How did you get there so fast?
This clip very, very closely.
No! I don't know why he like immediately left, but more XP for me, I guess. I don't know.
Why
did you see it? It said Winter left the game, and then the arrow was shot, and you can even see the bow disappear after Winter had left.
That's not Winter.
There's no way that this could have been Winter, and whoever it is lied to Mason about
that's not
identity.
Winter.
And that certainly wouldn't be the first time that this happened on this server.
Who should not be here is on this server.
The next
video. Okay, I was like, what?
Over to Barry.
Okay, video 2.
For a video titled "Building My Base." Barry doesn't use or own a microphone in his video, so he talks to the viewer through the chat, and he explains that he wants to build a big tower-like base near spawn so that he can see all the other bases and.
That'd be cool. Mountains are perfect for towers or built-in bases. Like, don't build it, but like mine it in, and then have a wall be just made of glass so you can see outside, but the house is actually inside the mountain. Mwah, perfect
for them. Perhaps overcompensating, but nonetheless, he goes out to gather resources for his base and runs into a new player known as Leah, who is seemingly just starting out in the world and is cutting down some trees. Barry cuts down a bunch of trees and gets to constructing his base, and I gotta say, this guy has quite the knack for building.
Nice!
That tower turned out great.
Nice. Yeah,
there was a moment, cool. However, that stuck out to me in the process of this video. As he's building a part of the house, we can see the house catch on fire, seemingly out of nowhere. Now, to be fair, it was thunderstorming at the time, and he puts out the fire, and then it strikes again, and
on the same place.
Nothing. Barry tells us
on the same place though. I think it struck on the same place. Was it? I don't know. I'm just overthinking it.
Chat that shouldn't have happened because apparently he has some plugin or something that specifically makes it so lightning cannot start fires. However, what really gets me about this moment is if you slow it down, we can see the lightning is actively striking because it's bright while the fire is in frame.
Oh, so like the lightning that struck it, but it caught on fire. So someone is here trying to light up his tower on fire. It's a player, right?
Doesn't seem to
it's
be
a player.
Lightning anywhere near it. However, it's really hard to tell.
I'll add
so
some windows.
At the very least, this just piqued my curiosity as for what these other videos had to offer.
He locks back in, the tower is gone, and the whole mountain is gone.
This video opens with Mason talking about some weird stuff that had happened on the server in between episodes. Members had been noticing griefing happening to their bases, so Mason explains he's going to build a trap that will go off if anyone enters his base, and he can hop in a bed and see who it is. Mason goes out to get materials to set up these traps and runs into M and J, which is a brother-sister duo that are also a part of this server.
So
I put these people out because it's going to become very important to pay attention to who is online at any given moment going forward. Mason asks if
there's gonna be too much brain power that needs to be used. Who is online, who isn't, who's doing what, who's not doing what, who is where. Fuck that. I don't think I would have much patience doing ARG like that. Okay, so we do have what? We have Winter, we have Barry, we have M and J. That's 4. There's more. I'm shit at remembering names. That's all I remember.
Anybody else online as of late, and they do mention that they ran into Leah, but
Okay, and Leah, okay,
I'm not
Leah.
sure who else has been online. Mason takes note of Barry's new tower in the world, checks it out briefly, and then starts to get to work on the trap. It's a very simple design, but seems to do the trick. So Mason goes AFK and waits. The first doorbell ring happens when Barry comes to visit, which was apparently a pre-planned visit, so nothing surprising there. Second is a chicken that somehow managed to wander into the house.
Okay.
But the third time this happens.
Jesus. Oh my god, that scared me so bad. Okay. Who is it?
What?
What? I should be able to see their
Skin.
skin.
This is bizarre for two reasons.
What?
One, because we've already established that when a player goes in spectator mode, they can see full visibility the skin of the other player.
Yeah.
But in this case, we get this weird, hard to see transparent skin, which
With a
is
pumpkin
certainly
head.
not normal. The video ends with Mason explaining that they enabled a whitelist after this and just assumed that it was a player who guessed the server IP. But this video still has a
Okay, sorry. But even if it was a random player who guessed the server IP, you should still see his skin, right? Is no one gonna think about that? No one? Nothing? Okay.
lot of time left on it, and this encounter was only the first.
Abduction 1. Abduction?
This video
Whoa!
is the first of many that we will see from an unknown POV of a
Okay, so
person
that's the
wearing a carved
person.
pumpkin. We can assume that this is the same person that Mason saw at the end
Yeah,
of the
'cause
last
it's pumpkin.
video, but it's uploaded to a channel that's name doesn't give us much to go off
Unknown.
of. You may have noticed that the player drinks a potion at the start of the video.
So
and
invisibility
judging off the
potion?
bubbles, we can tell
Okay,
that
nope,
it's
it's
a
not.
potion of invisibility.
It
Now,
is, okay,
why
sorry.
would a player need to drink a potion of invisibility on a server where everyone is already invisible? Well, something you
Yeah,
may not have known is that potions of invisibility also make the player hand disappear while in first person. So they're not drinking the potion for anyone in the game, it's for us as a viewer so we don't see their potentially distinctive skin and know exactly who we're watching. This player is quietly approaching a chair.
So does that mean that this random person is actually gonna be one of the people playing? And he did say that Winter is a red flag, so is that Winter? Because again, barely know him. He's described as that guy. He's like just a mutual friend. I think that's gonna be Winter. Right?
House, which upon peeking inside, we can see that this is actually Leah's house. But hold up. How can we see Leah's skin? This player is not in a bed,
That's
not
true.
in spectator mode, so somehow this player has managed to disable the invisibility plugin. But anyway, the player opens the door and then tucks themselves behind a wall. We can hear Leah get out.
Why? Why the fuck are you hiding? They ain't gonna be able to see you. Why the fuck are you hiding? You're gonna be invisible anyways.
As she was in and look around before reclosing the door. The mystery player heads back to the door, this time opening it and running inside just before Leah can close it again. The player stands there and watches Leah for just a moment until
Why?
this happens.
What is he doing? What?
The player looks directly at Leah, Leah seems to look directly at them, and then Leah backs away and all of a sudden,
Dies.
boom,
Well, not even die, just
Not
disappears.
dead, because if you know anything about dying in Minecraft,
You get the animation.
You know a lot about dying in Minecraft. It typically shows like a red character that falls over.
Yeah.
It's not just this puff of smoke. I have so many questions. Number one being, why would you even post this? But anyway, we'll move on to our next
So she just
channel,
disappeared
which is
and
MJ
items
Plays.
flew out.
We can, of course, imply that this is J and M's YouTube channel. In their first and only video, we can see them at their joint base decide to go check out Barry's base. And by check out, I mean sneak in undetected to stalk and pry on him.
Why?
Except I don't actually think they thought he was online, because they walk in and see him go to put something in a chest, and immediately bolt out of there.
Leave.
Something interesting here is the two of them do get separated for a while.
I don't know where
and
she
then
went.
When M comes back, she says that she just went out the wrong door, and Jay asks if she closed the door behind her, and she says yes.
Okay.
Which is fine, but Jay didn't close the door behind him. But otherwise, they just go mining.
Is that gonna be important?
And I did watch all 30 minutes of this mining session. I didn't notice anything, guys.
Okay. Video 6.
The next video is what finally gives us some concrete evidence that someone from the outside world has made it into this server. Mason starts off the video
because
clear that Leah has
we don't know
completely disappeared.
to this point. There's some random dude.
Like, totally ghosted. Left the Discord, left the server, and I feel bad because I don't know if I did something.
You in the shit, there's someone else. There's a third party.
Excited about this little mystery on his hands and decides to do a world tour with the sub goal of finding a base or blocks that don't exactly match someone who's supposed to be on the server. He checks out a couple of the bases and sort of wanders aimlessly until
he doesn't know that Leah is gone.
He discovers that people have made paths leading away from the portal and follows one that goes incredibly far, and when he goes out the other side, he discovers that he's back at the original stronghold that he started in episode 1. He follows these breadcrumbs.
Wait. Stop. From one nether portal to other nether portal while walking far away, it leads him to a original stronghold, where he defeated the Ender Dragon with a random person. That's not Winter, because Winter left before the arrow even got shot. So was that the guy that defeated the Ender Dragon who like shot the last arrow? Was that this random person from the outside, like a third party? But why would he defeat the Ender Dragon though? And then I don't get it.
Which in this case are torches, back to a house that is labeled "They're Not For You," and upon going inside, he realizes that it's very empty, almost as if it were staged.
What is up with all these fake faces? There's nothing in here.
Mason actually...
Like what? Decoys maybe with bases for some reason? Why would someone build fake decoys? I mean decoy bases.
Almost leaves before realizing that the house is substantially longer than it is deep on the inside.
Oh yeah.
Clues him in on there might be something more here.
But
oh!
is this some secret door?
No, what do you think, genius? Just a random hopper. No, a guy likes to place a one random hopper to the ground under a barrel. Who doesn't like that?
It is indeed a secret door, so Mason immediately starts trying to look for a key, right?
Why? Just break the... Yeah.
Right here.
Come on, guys. This is Minecraft. Let's be real. He
But literally, thank you. Finally.
For a very long time, and suddenly encounters this.
Lily pad. Whoa!
What?
Pumpkins. A person that's invisible stalking people uses a pumpkin for his head. That reminds me of that fucking Minecraft story mode. What was it? Episode 6? The murder mystery? White pumpkin. The person was using a pumpkin for its head, and they found an underground layer just with pumpkins growing. That's this.
Oh my god.
Now, Mason initially points this base at Winter because Winter's base is the only one that's still unaccounted for on the server. But, I mean, this could be truly for a number of reasons. It could be for villager trading. It could be a reincarnation.
Villager? Is there villager trading with pumpkins? Is that a thing? I always trade villagers with like sticks with the Fletcher. Is there with pumpkins? Am I dumb?
Of techno, rest in peace. But unfortunately, the one that I think I believe the most is what Mason says right here.
Actually, maybe it is the mystery guy who's like on our server.
Yeah, because he used a pumpkin.
I saw him the one time. He was wearing a car of pumpkin.
Yeah.
But like, you don't need that many pumpkins to make a carved pumpkin.
Nope, you
This
need
is
pumpkin and
absolutely right.
cheers.
So whether or
Whoa,
not this
yo,
left me
oh
with
my
more
god, he almost
questions or
died.
fewer, I don't know. But I do know that the next video showed us a lot.
Oh, a lot. Abduction 2. Who is now gonna be Barry?
We
M
are
or
once
J?
again in this very difficult to see POV where the person once again drinks an invis potion and is staring at M and J's house. We actually see them decide to take off the pumpkin, which is interesting because they go inside and start talking to Jay as if they were Barry. They talk back and forth for a while before Jay suddenly becomes apprehensive and asks if this is just Mason playing a prank on him. The mystery person obviously says no, but then Jay says, okay, well, what's my full name? Everybody knows me by Jay.
Oh!
Listen, this is information only Barry knows about.
Okay,
So when the
smart
mystery
move,
player
smart
doesn't
move.
respond, they take a beat, and then they write, trick question, it is just Jay. And the weird thing is, they end up being right.
What?
This is extremely scary because that means this mystery person knows a lot about these people. Except for the fact that Jay's kind of in their YouTube channel name. So
Okay,
this
that could
actually
be just a
isn't really
research,
that
okay?
exclusive
Okay,
information, but it's
okay.
still concerning. This encounter establishes a level of trust that allows for Jay to follow the mystery player into the nether. They take Jay down a long tunnel and at the end of it puts on a carved pumpkin, and this is where things start to become very familiar and we see Jay
So it's the pumpkin! Every time he wears a carved pumpkin, someone looks at him and they just disappear. Like that's... it's like a curse technique. It's the fucking carved pumpkin. What? That's weird. It's like when you look at the Enderman, the Enderman gets aggressive and attacks you. You look at him with the carved pumpkin on his head, you just get abducted.
disappear.
But where to? You get abducted, that means you get taken somewhere, right?
But the video doesn't end this time. This time we keep watching and all of a sudden realize that M is now standing there, presumably having seen what just happened, and M turns to run, and we chase M all the way until they get to the portal, which the mystery player breaks with some lava, and then the same thing happens to M. This was not
Oh my god, that was a close call for this mystery guy.
not only the abduction of Jay, but also M, and M had seemingly seen what had happened, or at least seen the identity of the player, but couldn't quite get away in time.
Even if he
And
did, she would tell someone right through messages. Like, you don't only talk from Minecraft, you have a Discord server, as far as I know, so you could just tell everyone.
just like that, this server's player count has been halved. So whoever is messing with these players is not slowing down. And luckily, Mason's video is next, and he seems to be starting to take the situation a lot more seriously.
Basically, M and J have both completely gone MIA, which, to be fair, isn't that weird. Because they're both siblings, and there's a chance that their parents just, like, pull the plug on them playing.
Could be.
But overall, it's a weird situation.
So Mason makes a plan.
I mean, not
Winter-
could be. The fuck am I talking about? We saw them get abducted. But I see why he would think that. Okay, so they're siblings. I don't think that detail will have to do with anything. I just realized I've just been watching, not really talking much, because I don't know what the fuck to say. So, yeah, okay, cables, a lot of them. A guy's using a carved pumpkin to kidnap people somehow. I don't know how. So you look at him directly into fucking eyes of carved pumpkin and they just disappear, leaving behind items, which is even weirder. I understand somehow getting kicked out, right? Disconnect. But the items fly out like they die, but they don't die. Like, it's super weird.
Base is still the only base unaccounted for, so he asked Winter for the coordinates, Winter gave them, and Mason is sprint running to the house. He's
Why?
hoping to get there before Winter has a chance to get on or hide anything that he doesn't want found, which, to be honest, I wasn't sold on his plan until things started to happen. He gets to the house, and he's sneaking around on the off chance that Winter is going to get online soon. He makes his way to the basement, where he sees a weirdly placed picture frame.
We already know that's a secret doorway.
And goes through it. Lo and behold, there's a tunnel. At the end of it, a chest that has this.
Don't tell me it's a carved pumpkin. Don't tell me it's a carved pumpkin. shears that can be used to make carved pumpkin.
What?
Used ones, by the way. Used shears. And what do you use shears for, aside from shearing sheep and breaking leaves? To make carved pumpkins.
No. This is overall, like, I don't know how much I actually.
Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me! Don't go up the ladder. That shit makes a sound. I think it'd be better just to spy on him. Be here. Yeah, don't.
He's going in?
Yeah, he is.
If you're not keeping up, the shears are weird because they are the one tool that you need to turn a pumpkin.
And they're used, and it looks like they were used like once. One carved pumpkin. Right? Because they're not like midway and I would understand, okay, he's using them, I don't know, to shear sheep. But you wouldn't, first of all, you wouldn't put a shears into such secret room behind a picture. Like, it would put like diamonds and stuff, like treasure room, not some shears. And if they were used for anything else, they would be at least like halfway used. They were only used once for one pumpkin.
Carved pumpkin. But Mason is rightfully apprehensive about this because why on planet Earth would you put just shears at the end of a long tunnel? If someone wanted to hide this item, they could just put it in an ender chest and no one would have access to it. With this in mind, Mason wants to go back down to see if Winter took the shears because that would be a bit more incriminating than just him having this weird tunnel in his house. So Mason makes his way back down, being very careful not to touch any doors or any chests, and he gets to the end.
He did.
Took it. That's so. I cannot express how.
Why is he breaking stuff?
He knows. Get out.
I'd be lying if Winter didn't just become much more of a suspect, but I still cannot get over the fact that this tunnel is so poorly hidden when you can just use an ender chest, and Mason seems to share that sentiment.
It could be a trap. For all I know.
So he's not sure quite how to go forward with this.
It could be a trap. Abduction 4.
This video starts with the player with the carved pumpkin on their head staring at Barry's tower. This person
okay, so Barry's the next victim.
Enters it. They make their way to the top and kind of pause for a second, and then all of a sudden, Barry logs on. This person runs away, making their way down, and we see Barry just happens to be following them down the ladder. The person with the pumpkin quickly makes a nether portal right outside the base and goes through it and waits on the other end for Barry, who presumably was just curious what this portal was doing there, comes through, and you get the gist.
Damn.
Mason is obviously very unhappy that his best...
Mason's not doing shit. He barely left the house apart from like going to find those shears and that's it. Like, it took like three players, 3 of his friends to get abducted for him to finally make a move.
Friend is now gone.
It's not fun anymore. It never was fun, but truly, if you're watching this and you thought it was fun to go on a bunch of kids' servers and just mess with them and kick them off.
That's not even kicking off. Their items stay. That's something else entirely.
Winter being the only other person left on the server, Mason's suspicions only grew with him, and he suspected that he would be the next one to get a visit from our pumpkin friend. So he decided as a last-ditch effort to just get any information on this guy, he would build a trap that would combine both the spectral arrow outline as well as the bed tactic, and hope that it would give him enough information to maybe identify someone based off their skin. He builds these piston traps on both of his entrances and explains that he's going to AFK right there until something happens. And before we get to what happens, we need to take a look at the next video, and this is...
Why? Stop! Yo, go back to that video. That was interesting. I wanna see who the fuck it is. What's this?
Because this is the only video that is out of chronological order. It's posted to Winter's YouTube channel and actually shows Winter's POV during the whole tunnel
Start
painting
recording because
exchange
door was
in the
open.
previous episode. The video is titled "Who is Messing with Me?" and we see Winter start recording because the front door to his house was left open. We see him carefully looking through his house trying to catch someone in the act before realizing that no one is actually there.
Figured there was a
painting that
glitch.
he claims
I played Minecraft for a long time. I never got a glitch where a door would just open by itself. Why is almost every time something is weird happening, right? It must be a glitch. How is that a glitch? When the fuck did you ever get a glitch where a door just opens?
put there himself and decides to go through it and discovers the same tunnel that Mason did. He gets to the end, opens the chest, and lo and behold, takes the shears. He starts melting some stuff and then says he goes AFK to report this finding to the Discord server and ask if anyone had put it there. He's interrupted, however, by hearing a chest noise, which scares him enough to break the painting and block up the wall. So it turns out that
it's not Winter?
this was all one big misunderstanding between Mason and Winter, and if you line up the two POVs, you can see that they do seem to line up exactly.
Of course they do, come on.
We're back at not knowing who the hell put this
So it's
tunnel
not
there
Winter.
or why. I feel like I have so much evidence, but no idea what to do with it. So I had no choice but to go to the next video.
Why I will also say it's Winter, okay, not only that he was weirded out, also that could be like staged, like he'll be like, oh my god, I found a tunnel, but he built it. It could be that, to like cover his tracks or some shit. But when our dude was in the end, right, he was with some guy who said, hey, it's Winter, right? He put aside, hey, it's Winter, already fighting the Ender Dragon. But before that dude shot an arrow, the chat said Winter left. So that was not Winter. That's also, I would say, like, whoever the fuck is messing with them is not Winter. That's only that's like the solid evidence. Abduction 5.
We see the player staring at Winter's base, with Winter appearing to be building on the top of his roof. The player decides to ender pearl across the gap, and then slowly makes their way up to the roof. Now, this time the player wastes no time in just hitting Winter over and over until he is thrown off the roof and once again disappears into a cloud of smoke.
This time he did not look at him though. What? Or was this time actual like just death, like get slain by it? Not being abducted.
Winter was now gone. Mason is alone on a world with God knows who else and only remnants of those who were there prior. And if I were in his shoes, I'd be drop dead terrified to even be logged on to that server. But if you recall, as all of this is going down, Mason is just AFK. So now we can finally resume where we left off in
Okay,
the
okay,
episode
okay.
and see this happen.
Oh!
Oh my god. Oh my god. It worked. Okay. Who are you, dude? What? No, no. I forgot the bed. Oh.
How dumb are you?
I have some. Stop it. Stop it. Yes. Okay. Get in. Who are you? Oh my.
You're so stupid!
You have got to be kidding me right now.
But how was he banned? Wasn't he the one that made the server? And like, bro, the plan was Spectral Arrow, go to bed. Why was he going to him? Why'd he go towards him?
And that's the end of the playlist.
That's it.
Which, I don't know about you guys, is not satisfactory to me at all. Like, the server he owned is just gone like that. No, that's not cool with me. So, I did the one thing that I could, and I got in contact with Mason. That's right, y'all. I'm a PI now. I DM'd with Mason on Discord, and he explained that his genuine guess of what happened is one of the mods that Barry downloaded from online was a sketchy website and somehow gave people access to the server. But he also said that all of his internet friends' Discord
Oh yeah, I mean the mod that makes you invisible to others. So okay, all of that. Okay.
Boards got deactivated, and he said that he actually doesn't know why that part happened. The only one out of all of the people on the server that actually made a new account and reached out to Mason again was actually Barry. I asked him if he had any more footage or anything I could look at, even though he doesn't have access to the world anymore. He said he didn't have footage.
But it's not Barry. Barry also got abducted.
But he did still have access to the Discord server they all talked in. So, I got the invite. Here's the rundown. All of the accounts have since been deactivated besides Mason's, which makes this a lot.
So what did... When they got abducted, the Discord account also got fucked. Is that it?
Harder to understand the discussions that are happening and who is partaking in them. But there's a conversation that goes like this.
Yo, who's online RN? I am. I'm in class RN LOL. Where you at right now, Winter? I was on like an hour ago.
Okay, so the 582 can be Winter.
At my base, why?
Oh no, 826 is
From
Winter.
this moment on, we can assume that this user is Winter.
Yeah.
Have you like been there the whole time? Wait, you were? I didn't see you get off. Yeah, I've been reorganizing my chests.
Okay.
How weird. Okay.
I learned two things from this. One was obviously figuring out which account was Winter's, but also that something weird happened on the server, and this user claimed to have gotten offline, but Winter didn't see it, so either Winter missed it in the chat or something else was going on. Next, I found this conversation.
Is someone in my base right now? No. I'm not even on. LMAO. I swear I heard someone open a chest or something. I'm literally at a friend's house.
Open a chest. Does that mean that scene with when the picture tunnel shears inside of a chest thing? Is that it?
I can confirm she's not home.
That interaction for me confirms that this is M and J respectively, because they're the only ones who know where each other are in real life because they're siblings.
You guys, I'm actually scared someone is like breaking blocks. I'm gonna log on, I wanna see this. I'll record it too. I'm not home, so it isn't me. Wait, it stopped for a second. Eve also been having weird stuff like that happening. Wait, what's happening? It went away.
This conversation is particularly confusing.
Yeah, like I don't even know what the fuck is going on anymore. And I think why it's mostly confusing is because we still have someone who is just user 582. Like, it's so confusing because now we don't know where to put this chat in a timeline of events. Like, when it first said someone opened a chest, yeah, I swear I heard someone open a chest or something. I thought that was the part where the main character, right, Mason, I think, was inside of his base, right, where he saw Shears. That's what I thought first.
An event that we didn't get to see happen, and that's most
but
likely
I guess it's not that.
It appears to have stopped just before Winter went to record it, which does interest me because it almost seems like whoever's messing with Winter got the heads up and was able to immediately stop. But either way, there's two more people that
oh my god, okay. So there's someone from the server, someone from this friend's group.
Oh. Hello?
Yeah?
Hello? Listen, kids, if I've learned one thing from the Scream films, just always hang up the damn phone. Anyway, we'll come back.
Is no one gonna question how did he get a call from a deleted account? Deleted user? No one? Nothing? Just like that?
Back to that, but here's the final conversation.
Does anyone have extra iron I could use? I keep running out. Yeah, I have some you can have. Geez, can't you mine some yourself? Great, are you online, RN? Shut up, Jay. I'll get on right now to give it to you. By the way, Leah, I left you some diamonds too there in the chest.
This was the exact moment I needed. This other user is Leah, meaning this one is Barry. And even besides that, this conversation was the final piece of information that I needed to figure out what exactly went down on this server.
How? What? Where did you pick it up? I left you some diamonds. What? Huh? What?
And you guys are not going to believe it. What we knew was that an unknown player had logged on to this SMP and was slowly kicking off members one by one. However, I always assumed that this was some random player, but it wasn't. It was one of the members. And
okay, I knew that. Now, my new suspect is who this. Someone said I left you some diamonds, right? Barry. To me, Barry is suspect. Although, wasn't Barry abducted as well? Like, wouldn't you just say whoever the fuck wasn't abducted is the one? Right? Because if he had abducted almost everyone, right, apart from Mason because of the trap, so the person had to dip, he would be the one, right? I'm confused.
Down on this server, and you guys are not going to believe it. I always assumed that this was some random player, but it wasn't. It was one of the members, and I didn't know which one it was until this Discord server came into the picture. But there's one big issue here, the abductions. We saw every single player get abducted, and there's no way to move two Minecraft characters simultaneously.
Yep.
But one of those abductions didn't have two characters moving simultaneously. As a matter of fact, when you look back at it,
Oh! He was standing still, right? And then he was playing on other PC or some shit to move the other account or another other character, whatever the fuck, to look at himself, technically, to get himself
you
abducted.
can see it's almost like someone is switching back and forth to control both characters. The same person who knew fire spread was off. The person whose base was specifically made to
Barry!
be a watchtower over the rest of the server. And most importantly, the person who consistently uses the wrong form of there whenever we see them type a message.
Oh my
No
god!
mistake that Barry was the only one to reach back out to Mason after his account got forcibly deactivated, and I believe that from the get-go, Barry never liked the idea of this SMP. It took away one-on-one time that he would typically get with Mason playing games like Bed Wars. So Barry offered an idea to make the server more interesting.
I've always wanted to start a server with my buddy, and he had the idea to make this one more interesting.
Barry even volunteered to code the mod for Mason, specifically adding a feature where if you put on a carved pumpkin, you wouldn't be entirely visible even if someone was looking at you in a bed, which made it easy for Barry to go one by one, banning members and mass reporting their Discord accounts in just an inconspicuous enough way that made it seem like they all decided to ghost everyone.
So then he would be alone with Mason, is that it? Because that's what he wanted, just one-on-one time with him?
But his mistake was forgetting that he needed to get rid of J and M at the same time, considering that they were living in the same house. And when he did, it immediately raised red flags. So Barry knew he needed a cover-up. So he decided to frame Winter, hoping that Mason would see it and end up asking to ban Winter all by himself. And then it would just be the two of them again. However, it didn't quite convince Mason.
There's no reason to hide shears at the end of a tunnel like that. Like,
Yeah.
That's so on the nose.
So he took his recordings of the first 3 abductions, along with a framed recording of himself getting abducted, and posted them all to YouTube. Now, this of course required him to deactivate his own Discord account just to clear himself of any wrongdoing. And lastly, he took care of Winter and ended the SMP once and for all. All he had to do was
So it
reach out to
was
Mason for a
Barry.
new Discord account, and he got
So Barry was the one in the end, right? Because said, yeah, it's Winter, but Winter left before the arrow got shot. I think I said it like 10 times by now. But yeah, it was, okay, so it was Barry. What
one
the
nice
fuck?
friend who didn't actually decide to ghost Mason. This was truly, really well done. And his only mistake was leaving up a YouTube playlist that compiled the bizarre events in just a way that piqued the curiosity of a bored YouTuber in need of content.
So that he meant himself. Hey, I found something. What's up? What?
Hey guys, if you don't know already, I was on an SMP that had a bunch of weird stuff happen.
Yeah,
It
we know
ended up
that.
ending abruptly, and nearly all the members ended up disappearing. It turns out that it wasn't just a random hacker messing with the world.
Nope.
It was all
Barry.
orchestrated by a friend of mine, Barry. It turns out I was like his only friend. was some vaguely parasocial stuff going on there, and I won't get into it, but obviously a lot of damage was done. Barry became like a different version of himself in order to keep having what he thought he needed.
What he thought he
put on
what?
a mask and change who you are for someone, you slowly become almost like blind to who you used to be. And the whole time on the server, I would have sworn that there was a 7th player who had somehow logged onto the server without me knowing. And to be honest, I think I ended up kind of being right, because that mystery guy, that wasn't my friend. I mean, my friend might as well have gone missing along with the rest of the server. And I don't think I'll really be hearing from him again.
Damn. That's deep. Whoa, damn. All elements depicted are fictional and for entertainment purposes. Okay, yeah, we know that. For behind the scenes and making this ARG, join the page. Okay. So it was buried the whole time, so I was right where... Okay. Yeah, we can add the logo, that'd be cool. So I was correct when I said it is one of the players, but then it got weirder. Wait a minute, everyone is getting abducted. But then, yeah, what was also weird, what this YouTuber didn't mention, is when he was going to get Barry, right? He was standing still in the tower, he got online. He was running away. Barry, which we thought, okay, the real Barry, right? Not the masked pumpkin guy, the Barry, right, that built the tower, was not chasing after him. He had a whole time to make a nether portal, light it up, get in, and Barry from the tower still did not exit, knowing full damn well someone was in his base, following him. I mean, he knew someone was in his base, he was following this pumpkin guy, and he still did not exit the tower while the pumpkin guy was building a portal. That's also one of the key points that he did not point out. That's something that I realized later. Okay, that was amazing. That was... Okay, so yeah, of course, classic thing, it is going to be something from the friend group. It's always something like that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. This was pretty nice ARG, I must say. But yeah, if you enjoyed my video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya!